So, hello and welcome back to another episode of EU4, of course I'm Anbennar fantasy mod as the Bulgarian Empire. And we are on our last steps towards the end. At the moment we are more going towards efficiency than anything else. Really. Because we just want to dev up and then just get the most out of it. That is about what it is. I will see if I maybe do the last steps here, but that is currently very much up for debate. Or if I really want to do. I mean, it would be funny to really go crazy on the overall development still, because we still have ridiculously cheap stuff to dev up. If we just go for that. There's plenty of freeze. Oh, I don't know. I know what I was doing now. You're just finishing that up. Let's quickly do that. Titles. Just admin support. We're just not gonna do the... There we go. This one is gonna be valuable. Sure, but I'm not doing anything. Oh, wow. Wait, you were standing there? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? Just stands there. That's crazy. We're just gonna protect our own stuff, that's about it. I don't really intend on going outside. Cook Deer will do the right steps, I would say. I trust them on that one. They can't take anything that I want at all. And maybe in the future. See, there I just push them out. Sure. Now, we have something far more important to do. You guys are not happy, but you're not giving me dev anything, so... Alright. Let's see where we were at. Crane. Crane up to 10. If I can't get to 10, we'll make you go to 10. Oh, there's like some of those who are really far down. Oh, we'll see if we can actually get it done this time again. But the good thing is we now have time. We now have another full episode to do this, so we can wait for it to get full another time. Okay, that was all of the crane. Now for the livestock. Oh god, oh yeah, that's gonna take a moment. This one goes from 1. Very cool. Everything else around us is already fairly high. Okay. That is nowhere near being done. Okay, but I think another full push is gonna do it. Take us miles away. So we don't need to worry there. We might as well get a lot of mercantilism in. Alright. Oh, we are also... Right, I did want to finish that up at least. And I think that does fit fairly perfectly. We do have some other stuff that wants to get done. And this one is gonna... take a hot second. I'm not gonna touch the livestock. Because it's just gonna make things more expensive. And we're not here for that. Jesus Christ, we're getting nowhere reduced. This is ridiculous. So feel like I'm just gonna stack a bunch of livestock provinces up there in the list. Okay. I mean, we did dev. Diplo. Diplo. No question about that. Oh, we no longer have coal on most coal? That's sad. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, like this is one of course, the disadvantages of like not being that massive overall. We just don't get these kind of things. Of course, there's livestock everywhere. I mean, crane we can now do. That makes no difference. We already done crane. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, I get it that livestock is efficient to dev up military-wise. But give me a little bit something else. So. And the other ones again sit on the border. I can click this as often as I want. That's never gonna come up. Found a few more cultures converted. Jesus Christ. We just need to do this perfect as possible. You just take something. Well, to be expected. We've done that, we have a bit more here. So, just household. Sure, Shenyan is out. Oh, screw it. Forwards it is. Okay, there we go. But actually, they actually gave Gukti a little bit of provinces. That's neat. That's really neat. Okay. And how many provinces is it in comparison? Yeah, now it's 41. Just gives them that little bit extra, you know? Okay, they just ate into Shastundir here. That's admin. Let's use our triple button click technique. Just to make this a little bit more reasonable. Okay. That should be alright. Diplo is on the rise again. I mean, we're getting it. How much do we get? We get 18. It's not even max. We could get 19. It is quite healthy. And technically speaking, we are going towards the... I mean, we're getting our limits here. But we are going towards having a full-on centralization across the board. 2,500 points it was. I mean, technically we cannot do everything. Because, of course, we are also limited by admin. Then there's one more missionary to do. And we finally are clean. So. Very cool. Academic military as well. So. Just keep it up. So. And we're just gonna continue building while all of this is happening. This one was everywhere, this one nowhere. And I guess we now have got that out everywhere. Yes. Lovely. Well, that one to do. And then if we still have something left, there we go. I mean, at some point we need to be full on buildings. Obviously. We could get so much higher here. I mean, 5,000 easily. And that with barely any points spent. Salvador. I guess the Guren Ulek is quite substantial, aren't they? I think it is one. Impressively enough. Oh, lovely. You get another Diplo. Just overall pushing on that front. I mean, we kind of... Oh, we actually eclipsed you, cool. Just one more click. Who can we pick here? You again, cool. I mean, that's a fun thing, we could nearly double our army if we wanted. Right? Yeah, well, close to it. Close enough. Alright, let's sort again. Let's go down to livestock. And see what we can do here. Two, three. Oh jeez, that one was expensive. Yeah, we see if we can get it done. These are all the ones that are already devved up. Oh, there we go to the cheap stuff finally. Yeah, this is reasonable. This I can click a while. There you get another free. I think we can get this done. Lovely. Good. Now, we tickled out the last bit of bonuses out of that one. The rise of the dirt dwarves. The dwarves have always been known for their industriousness and craftsmanship. Many of them within our realm has taken on a new identity. These dirt dwarves, as they are called, have created an identity of being hardy farmers and have spent more of their life with a plough instead of with a hammer. Though many find this quite unusual, these dirt dwarves have granted us great yields with their use of industrial machinery on their farms. It might not be a bad idea to encourage this trend. So we get basically 0.5 goods produced across the board on livestock and grain. Lovely. That's gonna be a little bit of a financial boost here. But now, an empire to or even Bulgar. There we go. The sun peeked through the train window as it began to slow to a stop. Wake up, sir, we're here. Peter looked up, dazed and confused. He knew the new custard and locomotive that was making global news was a marvel, but he hadn't anticipated how quickly they had travelled. The trip from Gaverton to the border station at Balmaya took over a week by horse and buggy, and they only just boarded this mechanical beast 7 or 8 hours ago. Peter was the newly appointed lead ambassador to Castanev from Gaverton, and was sent here to ensure a peaceful relation between the two nations. We are rivals. But sure. Peter gathered his belongings, disembarked and got a look at his surroundings, almost overwhelmed by how different yet familiar the city felt. He was awestruck at the grand architecture combining dwarf and human design into one. His personal guard nudged him along down the main street. The first stop of his visit was the King's Hall, while the servants would take his belongings to the embassy. As Peter walked down the large street, he soon found himself in the heart of the city's grand bazaar. Carriages carrying boxes of goods being offloaded to market stalls so large and well stocked that they could rival most established businesses back home. He heard the clanging of metal being shaped by world-class dwarven blacksmiths, the yells of street criers shouting out the names of vendors, halfling farmers peddling their produce to passerbys, and human ranchers selling the finest cuts of meat this empire had to offer. Finally, as Peter approached his destination, the street vendors and noise of commerce became distant. The street leading to the hall became lined with statues of no doubt once great dwarven rulers and warriors of the nation's past, sculpted out of the same fine white stone as the city's walls and gilded in the finest gold. Peter approached the large doors leading into the hall and was intercepted by a guard. After a brief checking of papers and investigative eyeing, the guard stood back, gave a big smile and said, "Everything looks good, sir. You may enter." Entering the hall was like entering a dwarven hold. High roof with grandiose ornately carved pillars lined the walkway. Tables set out on either end of the hall for drinking and feasting. Many groups of people from gnomes and dwarves to halflings and humans, even a few elves were talking amongst themselves. As Peter approached the large and ornate iron throne, he noted that it seated the occupant much higher than the people standing in front as they bowed and said their grace to the Emperor. Quickly the steward walks between the two. "Sir, these are the diplomats from Gavaton." As Emperor Ruma the First sat up in his chair, he eyeballed the two men sitting below him and stroked his beard. After a brief moment of silence, the Emperor came to life. "Welcome, friends. I've been anticipating your arrival for days. Come and drink with me. We just got a shipment of the finest beard turner from one of the eastern holds." Peter quickly learned how diplomacy with dwarves is carried out. Okay, I do like that as a kind of end thing. No unnecessary buff that is completely unneeded, but more just like an overall narrative of what you have created. That is... I mean, I've kind of complained about it at when we had it here, which of course, because it's early in the mission tree, I would like to get a bonus out of it. But at the end, this is actually a perfect way to end this, especially because this doesn't need anything at all. Oh yeah, the Bulgaric Empire. Of course, we could bring you to much further heights, but I think we've done quite well with establishing you. We're nearly up to 5,000 development. Trade flowing in. We of course had we had a few moments of waiting. I mean, we had plenty of moments of waiting. We could have pushed Gukti a little bit further, just to basically clean up the borders here, but it would have not made much of a difference, really. It's a shame that we could not really follow much more stuff here. But I think this would be very interesting for a co-op campaign. Really, probably quite fun with a friend. Because we basically just help each other out with this, and I think they also have something to help to get like yeah, this one I think specifically just helps each other out. But overall, I'm quite happy with this mission tree. This is easily a 9 out of 10, maybe even approaching a 10. I quite like that it's not usual just dwarf whole build up stuff. That I do like. I'm a little bit disappointed what I did with Marhold. I think they could have done a little bit with that. Just turning it into a strip mine feels weird. Yeah, I would like it a little bit more that they put dwarves there, not to just basically build it up, but to handle it correctly. That's the one thing that I would have liked to see. But either way, what is done is done. Let's have a quick look through this stuff. Of course, the iron dwarves are quite well spread. I would have done a little bit more, of course, just to get my cultures correct, and this one accepted enough. But I think that is well enough established and we don't need much more. We have removed the Coronite from our empire. Or have we? No, we have not. We'll have the Rebellions here technically. I think I'm just gonna leave it here, because just to upset some people as well. I mean, we have the money. We of course have probably nowhere near the money for you. No, that we can't quite get. The advantage of an end trade node. We can't neglect that. But I think with this one we'll end this playthrough here. The Bulgarian Empire stands as it is, and we'll see what is next up ahead. Even though I already have a feeling that it's gonna be quite doggy. So, like always, like, subscribe, all those shenanigans, and I guess see you guys next episode. Bye!